Have you heard of the Pretendians?
So my most recent descendants are literally from Central America and North America. Indigenous Black Americans have the same color, the same melanin content, but they are not from Africa.
Well, the term Pretendians is coined from the words pretend and Indians. You know, the Native Americans are also called Indians. So there are these black people in the USA who are claiming they have nothing to do with Africa. They do not come from Africa. They are in the USA who are claiming Americans. They are Native Americans. You may have heard of this Pretendians thing, but if you haven't, well, I'll be talking about it. Stay with me, don't go away. 2025 is almost ended. Let me say 2025 is ended because some parts of the world right now that I am making this video are in 2026. Some countries in Far East are already in 2026. You may be watching this video in 2026, so thank God that we have gone through it, all those 355 days, and have slept 355 nights. Oh God, if you are tired of making New Year resolutions like me, let's meet at the comment section and talk about that. I am so grateful and hopeful that God will let big, better things come my way, and I'll be praying about it. So great things happened in 2025, like the passing of Asante Hima, Daddy Lumba, Nana Konedua, Jemai Rollins. One of the big ones was the helicopter crash that took away some prominent statesmen, including members of Ghana Armed Forces, and the passing of Mami Tiwa, and the brouhaha after Daddy Lumba's passing. I have this opinion that Papa Shi muddied the waters for Akosia Sewa. How can you present yourself as if you are a family member? Yes, we have to know our limits, you know. Well, Pretendians. So there are this group of black people that are saying that they have nothing to do with Africa. They do not come from Africa. Even though they are black, they do not have black heritage. They are Native American. They should be called Black Americans. Some even say that they should be called foundational Black Americans.
Black American ancestors, the copper-colored indigenous Americans, did not come from Africa at all. They were the master architects who built the pyramids on both continents long before there were any African dynasties. Africa learned civilization from Black Americans, not the reverse.
The thing has moved from being disturbing to embarrassing to ridiculous to just being a very interesting development. You see that a lot of them are light-skinned. But then you find someone who is as dark as I am also claiming that his or her ancestors are Native American. And you know, it got to a time that even the Native Americans had to speak up because it was being disrespectful to their heritage. How can you claim that the structures that the Incas put up were built by your ancestors? There is a whole lot of literature and even evidence of Native American life on that continent. What do you have to show? What do you have to prove? And some of them are even claiming that the slave trade never even happened. Well, you see, all these things are not new. Even in Africa, even here in Ghana, there are certain people who feel that they have to use certain things to validate their Africanness or to validate their blackness. There are people who claim that their ancestors are the original inhabitants of Israel. So there are people who claim that their ancestors came from Egypt. Well, I believe that there were many other civilizations in Africa, and wherever that my ancestors came from, I am proud to be a black. I am not going to use ancient Israel or ancient Egypt to validate my blackness. And that is what these people are also doing. They want to just disassociate themselves to Africa and rather associate themselves to great things that have happened, and they do not have any evidence to link their ancestors to it. The origins of all this is not clear, but there has been some tensions between African immigrants in the USA and the Black American population of USA. I'm talking of Black American as in those who were already there, whose forefathers were, excuse me to say, slaves or former slaves. Some of them feel like their forefathers, their fathers went through a lot. They went through slavery, they went through racism, they went through so many things, including civil rights in the 60s, and they have built America to make it how it is. And the black immigrants have moved all the way from Africa, and they are trying to enjoy what their fathers and grandfathers or forefathers have fought for. A lot of the black immigrants also went to America. They migrated to America with an agenda. Some went there for a better life. Some went there for education. Some went there to chase their American dream. So when they got there, a few of them were able to integrate very well, but a lot of them were not able to integrate. And you would agree that the black race is the most versatile of all races. Even in Africa, we have different cultures, different subcultures. And you know, the black people in America, a lot of them do not know this. A lot of them, apart from watching sports news or entertainment news, they do not really know a lot of things that are happening around the world. A lot of them do not even know that Africa has several countries and several vegetations and climates and cultures. No, they just see us all to be one. What a lot of them know about Africa is that Africa is a very poor place. You know, they have seen those pictures of people starving, children having flies flying on their faces, and phlegm coming out of their noses, and people begging for food and all that. That is what they know. And the war and all that. That is the picture they have about Africa. So they see these black people who have also come from Africa, and they want to live a life that is better than them. Some of them have better education. Some of them are doing jobs that they are not doing. And some of the black immigrants are preferred by employers in America. And that is causing a lot of tension between some of them, especially those of them who have not been able to understand how the African immigrant is. And also some of the African immigrants who have not been able to understand the black American very well. Unfortunately, the inability of some Africans to properly integrate into the black American communities has caused a lot of tension, and a lot of the immigrants come across as intimidating to the black Americans. Some of them have started businesses and are charging less and taking a lot of customers away from the black Americans. There were even people who formed a movement encouraging people to boycott black African immigrant hairdressing salons. The black Americans were like, we know you guys, you can't live your poor, disease-stricken Africa, and then you come and you want to live bougie lives, you want to do things as if you are better than us. You are not better than us. Go back to your Africa and develop your Africa. Leave America for us. This is our America. You know, this whole reparation debate, some of them have this very genuine concerns that yes, it is their forefathers that went and suffered in America and the Americas, the Caribbean, etc. So if there is going to be reparations, why should the discussion be as if the reparations are going to be taken to African countries and not them who were direct victims of the slave trade that happened? And there are those people too who, because of the discriminations and the derogatory remarks and stories that they have had all over the years, they just feel so ashamed to associate themselves to Africa. And some of them try to distinguish themselves by referring to the shade of their color and also the texture and length of their hair. And I'm like, so you're talking of hair, you don't know that the black race is very diverse. Have you seen people from Chad and Niger? They are also black people. Have you seen the sort of hair that they have? In your arguments that your hair is softer and longer, and because of that you are not African, well, that's a very lame argument. You would need more educated points to argue yourself. History tells us that got pregnant by their slave masters and gave birth to mixed-race children. Even in Ghana here, we have the history there documented that some of the slaves that were taken to the castles and the forts were impregnated by their slave masters and they gave birth to mixed-race children. And it is a similar thing that happened to those that crossed over the Atlantic into America and the other parts of the Americas. Some of them got pregnant by their slave masters and gave birth. And you know, the law of attraction can be very complicated. Some of them also became pregnant by Indians of America. Some of the Native Americans impregnated them and they gave birth to mixed race children. And if you understand the patrilineal system in Africa, the child belongs to where the father comes from. But in some patrilineal, so if it so happens that the father of the child was an Indian, the mother would tell the child that you are from this place because your father was Indian. Okay, these are some of the things that happened in 2025 and following us into 2026. Happy New Year. Do not forget to like this video. Click on the like button. If you are not following, follow me. I need you to leave a comment, please. And also share. Add it to your favorite.